Hey guys, it's Dalton. I've got a lot of requests to do like a hog video and get more information. I've had a lot of people messaging me about my about how to do a proper kill squad hog raid, so I'm gonna kind of elaborate. I'm gonna tell you what things to look for and a whole basically plan. So on this attack, this is a pretty common base. You want to create the funnel around the town hall, right? And then you want to take out the enemy heroes, CC, town hall, any infernos. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna baby drag over that cannon, and then send the stone slammer and the kill squad into the town hall compartment, and then jump into the center there. We don't need to jump over that main line in the middle, the line of walls. So, yeah, and then we're gonna send the hogs in basically from that archer tower over to that wizard tower, and then we're going to rotate them clockwise through there because the kill squad is ideally going to take out a quarter of the base. So this is actually a live attack when I recorded it, and so I'll get into it. This is the army comp. We'll get better looks at that later, but yeah, so right away we're going to take out that cannon by doing a balloon and then a baby drag to follow. P.E.K.K.A. at this top builder's hut, and wizard on that other builder hut to keep that funnel into that core of the town hall. The wall wrecker was slightly off because it was actually supposed to hit the walls first and not the elixir collector. But all you need to do is have that wall wrecker break into that town hall compartment, and then the rest of the kill squad should funnel inside of there. So we got the kill squad in, we got the troops pulling through, raged against the town hall, putting the poison down, Warden's ability over the town hall. We had a couple bowlers drift, which actually helped us because it helped the funnel for the hogs. They're going to end up taking that mortar out. And then the kill squad's still going through the center. Now, I didn't want to send the hogs just yet because you want to create that funnel a little bit better. And then make sure that those heroes take out the enemy heroes. So that's what I was kind of waiting for now. So from here, I knew that they were going to take out the enemy heroes. I sent two or three groups of hogs in. There's no reason to put a heal on that first compartment just because there was not like a giant bomb or anything like that. And then from here, the healing spell needed real quick because of the giant bombs and the heavy damage they were taking. Send a couple wizards in the back to clean up right away. I've had a lot of time fails with this raid, so it's good to get those wizards on that backside clean up really fast. And then example, still pushing through, rotating clockwise, healing spells as appropriate. For here example, the single inferno locked onto my queen, which is perfect because then I can just watch to make sure I use her ability at the right time, and then use that last heal on that backhand side, last few defenses. Didn't really need it, but it just comes in handy. So then from there, make sure that all the troops are out for a cleanup, and then just like that. There was a live raid with a plan. This is going to be like the ultimate kill squad hog go-to post that I'm going to share so anyone and everyone can learn if they want, and my thoughts about it. I'm sure everyone's got their twist on specific raids, but this is what I've done, and I think I show like 10 different triples in this video, so just a few different triples from a few different clans and wars and whatnot. Obviously the ones that are the videos that are at the start of this, or the replays that are at the start, are fresh. They are brand new, like literally done within the last 24 to 48 hours. So that first one was in a CWL, and then this is in a war that we did in Black Rose. And so same thing, make sure that funnel goes into that town hall and that kill squad. From there, Warden's ability over the center. Now, same thing that you're looking for in all of these videos and all of the kill squad hog attack. It's not every base can be kill squad hogged. From my experience, is that there's certain things you need to look for in a kill squad hog base. So, an example, you need to take out the town hall. You have to kill the enemy queen with the kill squad, and the enemy king, and then the CC when appropriate. I got a video in here that shows that I drew the CC, but it was a hound, and they were following like the king and some trash troops around the outside, so it didn't really need to kill the enemy CC. But this is a another good example of the kill squad hog Kill squad just making all the value through the center. I mean, having that queen stay alive is huge. And then, like I said, make sure you get that backside cleanup, because look at how many buildings that those wizards took out, and that's going to be huge because you don't want a time fail. In raids and kill squad hog raids, you might lose all the hogs, but the kill squad is what's going to go around and get the triple, or those backup wizards. So here's another fresh triple, and this is in the war that we had today. And again, take advantage of that funnel on that outside. He's got a moat on the outside of that town hall, which makes for an easy funnel into that core. And as you see, that king will wander around for just a second, but he's coming right back into that town hall. And then again, jump placement is huge because you want to jump in to get that enemy queen. Depending on the kill squad, you might need a little more bang for your buck to get to that enemy queen. An example, this one, that queen was pretty deep into the base, so I needed to bring, the healers, and make sure that kill squad got there with appropriate rages and good placements on that jump spell to make sure that the jump spell doesn't go into extra moats or extra enclosures just because you want that queen to get to the enemy queen. So this is an example of where all the hogs died, so I didn't have, a cleanup. The hogs didn't clean up, but those wizards on that backside, went through and they got all the percent. So I basically drop wizards as soon, the second after I drop my first set of hogs. Another good thing that I've been doing with these hogs, if you couldn't tell, is using the hogs. I'll dump probably, I'd say 20 of them, and I'll save 6 just so I can apply those last 6 to keep the hogs in a funnel. So I'll show you on this replay. Again, King basically cleared out that entire left-hand side, and then that P.E.K.K.A. cleared out that left-hand side, so I know that kill squad is going to go through the center. Again, jump to that Eagle Artillery and the enemy queen, enemy CC, and along the way, look at the Infernos that are going to get taken out. See? So then there's the hogs, and see how I dropped those hogs up at that archer tower at about the 2 o'clock? That's to keep those hogs funneled in on an easy pathway throughout the rest of that base. And this is that example I told you about where I drew the enemy CC, but it was a hound and it didn't pop, so it worked to my advantage. And then actually the baby dragon on the backhand side really helped me. I used the wizard on the 6 o'clock to help clean up those trash structures, so basically the baby dragon did all of the cleanup on the trash on this raid. So yeah, I went 3 for 6 on triples today in wars with this kill squad, and 2 of them were time fails. So I'm adapting and learning this strategy a little bit better. So here's another example. I'm getting that king on the 6 o'clock and try to get him to push till about 3 o'clock to clean up that trash, because I just need that kill squad into that town hall, and then jump into that compartment. Now, this is huge because this is kind of an outdated base. He's got a 2-tile moat in between the Eagle Artillery, which means the queen can get it. But the queen is already taken out. The enemy queen, the CC, just took out the Eagle Artillery with the help of the hogs. I got hogs that are also funneling at the top. And then the queen takes out that multi-inferno in the center of that compartment down there. Down at the 3 o'clock area, 3 to 4 range. And then, yeah, hogs just circle around the outside with appropriate heals. Yeah, so those are the biggest things to look for, is just making sure that kill squad is going to have huge value. I've seen other kill squads where you don't use healers, and you'll use maybe 3 P.E.K.K.A.s. I have not experimented with that. I like keeping my kill squad alive just because I've seen the value that it can put out in the last half of the raid when the hogs necessarily might not be able to kill everything. So that is my take on it. Like I said, everyone has their different views and styles, so that has just been what's working well for me. And again, just making sure that the funnel is probably, I want to say the funnel's the hardest part about this raid. Either the hardest part is the initial funnel, or making sure that that kill squad stays alive through the center, because sometimes the king might wander, and like the healers might go with them, or the bowlers might wander, or when that wall wrecker is against a town hall that has a wall against it, and the wall wrecker hits that wall, it'll activate the town hall, and the town hall will actually kill the bowlers before the Grand Warden can use the ability and save them. So then all I have is my queen and the warden with the CC pushing through the center of that base. So those are the only issues that I've necessarily come across with it. But yeah, like there's a whole bunch of different awkward bases, and so an example here is, you want the initial funnel. So on that right hand side 3 o'clock, I put that P.E.K.K.A. Actually didn't get as much value as I needed out of it, because ideally I wanted that to get around that corner to maybe that king, but luckily that king went into the center where that kill squad was heading into, the wall wrecker, and led the rest of the troops inside there. And then from there I have a jump spell to the enemy queen, and then once I hit that enemy queen, I'm going to use these hogs on the 12 o'clock and drop wizards right behind, and then just appropriate heal spells over like the splash damage or the giant bomb areas where I know that they're going to be. And then, yeah, we have my queen just, cleaning up from the inside. Once those hogs are pushing through, they get a lot of the expos and point defenses, so that ideally the queen will have just enough time to like stay alive throughout the rest of the raid. Obviously it doesn't happen all the time, but it definitely helps. So this is a great example of having those hogs left over to clean up the structures in this raid. Now I did lose my wizards on the back end side to I think it was a giant bomb, but there's a goblin helping on cleanup. So yeah, if you want to space out those wizards to where they're going to take the most effectiveness on cleaning up, like basically funneling the trash structures, honestly. So here's another example. Getting that king to take out those high hit point structures and eliminating that right hand side funnel, and then the bowlers are just going to push through. This is an example. This was like a good I want to say recovery raid, because it did not go as planned, but it's still doable. So my wall wrecker did not make it through that wall into that town hall compartment, so I had to adjust my plan. So the bowlers started bouncing and taking out those defenses to the point where that jump spell would lead my queen into the center and take out the eagle artillery and the enemy queen. If it didn't do that, this would have been a 3-star. And then that queen pushes through, gets that eagle artillery, and then she's going to keep pushing through the right-hand side. And I have to like kind of offset my hog placement on the backhand side just a little bit, just so that they'll go on a different, or this easier path throughout the rest of it. And then the hogs just, on that outside pathway. That one thing that's nice about kind of the meta of these bases right now is just that it's like an outside ring of defenses. Even though there's all these weird walls and stuff in between, it's still got that layer of like outside ring defenses, and that's just an easy path for the hogs. And as long as you can maintain that, it's it's a pretty easy path and predictable heals along the way. So yeah, as I said, the more videos that are posted, they kind of get backdated a little bit more. I wanted to show the recent ones up front, just in case people weren't able to watch to the end. But this is a good example of, I don't know, this was a really fun raid, actually. I had a lot of fun with this one. The kill squad kind of went in a diagonal path into the center of that town hall, and then the jump spell, the same thing, to take advantage of all of the heroes, the enemy CC, the eagle artillery. And this one, actually, my hogs fizzled out pretty quick, but like I said, it's up to that kill squad to kind of finish the raid. So first heal was actually really good. That back archer tower helped, but also didn't help because it kind of distracted the hogs for a second while the rest of the hogs were taking more damage from that inferno, but it also led to a easier path for the rest of those hogs to hit that inferno. But on this backside, there's just too much damage, and eventually it takes out those hogs. And a good thing that I had those wizards on the backside cleanup, because look at everything that they cleared from basically the 6 o'clock, and they're going to go all the way till about 12 o'clock. And the queen just makes it through and stays alive, and those healers. That's why I carry healers in my kill squad, just because I want that queen to stay up. It's the most important troop in the game, so it's always going to have it. These bases that have kind of this really open town hall compartment on the outside generally make for an easy funnel. Even with that single inferno, as long as they break that outside wall to get into that compartment, it's easier. And then that jump spell, same thing. Using those jump spells to get to that enemy queen, because generally that enemy queen is going to be in the center of the base. So as long as you can make that kill squad last, it's perfect. And then, like I said, there's that outside row of defenses, so I'm going to send those in from the corner of the defenses and send heal spells as appropriate, with a baby dragon to kind of help the trash cleanup on the backhand side, so those wizards have an easier cleanup. I use the same comp almost every time. I've kind of changed a little bit to where I only bring like 3 healers, 3 or 4 healers, kind of depends, but I always have like 3 wizards, a baby drag, because that baby drag, I carry a baby drag and the king and a P.E.K.K.A. to funnel, because you never know if the funnel goes wrong. You can always use your king to help funnel and the baby dragon. So ideally, if you want to use the baby drag to funnel first, that's perfect. If the baby drag is just not gonna keep up, because maybe there's an archer tower and you need that king to do the funnel, then you gotta do what you gotta do. So I love using that king as a funnel, and taking out trash structures, even though they might not make it into the kill squad. So this one, the king does go into the kill squad, and look at the value on this. Oh my gosh, look at the value on this. All those troops stay alive, push into the center, and the warden's ability was just perfect. It kept everything alive. Those rages, the bowlers going through everything is just amped up with those rages. Took out the queen, and then from there, the hogs just have a narrow path of defenses to push through. And that queen, unfortunately, gets stuck on that wall for a little bit instead of making her way over to the other side immediately. But that's why I got those backhand wizards and that goblin, just cleaning up those trash structures. And then the queen's gonna make her way. And this was, I remember doing this raid. I had a lot of fun with this raid. And those hogs necessarily might not have made it all the way, but having that queen up with those healers, even a swag ability there, just to keep everything alive, because like I said, the queen's most important troop in the game. If you can keep her alive on the kill squad, odds are she is going to tear that base apart from the inside out, making those hogs easier pathway and easier to take out the rest of those defenses, and even stay alive to the end of the raid to where they can clean up. So it definitely works out that way. Now here's a good example of that open town hall compartment. Ton of structures inside that town hall compartment, so it's perfect. Kill squad goes through, warden's ability keeps all those troops alive, jump spell into that queen and eagle artillery. 9 times out of 10 you're going to see that queen and eagle together. That's why I run double ice golem balloon CC, is because those double ice golems are going to freeze when it gets into that center compartment, which is generally the eagle artillery and the enemy queen. And then again, just those hogs on that outside row of point defenses, keeping that queen up to the best of their abilities, and then appropriate heals. These loons actually come in handy. I usually carry 1 loon with me, just because it might help with the funneling of the hogs if there's some outside defenses, like against the total perimeter. Or you could send it in with the kill squad and hopefully tank a seeking air mine for your healers. All different examples. So, and this is the last attack, and this one's actually only at 1 time. I forgot to set it at 2 time until the end. So I'll just walk through step by step what I'm thinking. The P.E.K.K.A. I'm using on the right hand side to keep that funnel down. Ideally I wanted that P.E.K.K.A. to move more to the right, just to ensure that funnel even better. But then I set the king on the left hand side with the wizard and that king's ability. Look at the funnel now, definitely good. I use that baby dragon at the top. Like I said, it's always good to have an extra, that baby dragon in your army, because it's going to keep that funnel. If that baby dragon didn't take out that cannon there, the troops might have gone around. But Thankfully we had a little extra help with the funnel troops. And then Kill Squad takes out that town hall. And then, I mean, there you go. There's that value of the Ice Golem CC. It is freezing the enemy queen, the Eagle artillery, and even X-bows, and I mean more defenses. So from there, I'm sending the hogs in from about the 9 o'clock. And yeah, I mean, look at the pathway of these hogs. It calls for a very predictable healing spells, and then the backside cleanup troops already. It's sent down to ensure that we don't time fail. And then right here, look at this row of defenses that are just straight along to where it's perfect to place heal spells. So 9 times out of 10, you're going to have to check out and make sure that the base is correct, because it takes a special type of base for Kill Squad Hogs. And obviously, my comp that I use can be switched around to, what you're more comfortable with, but this is definitely what's worked the best for me. Yeah, and I mean, those are kind of the main points, and I hope that you guys could use this video as help, because I definitely have had a lot of people kind of getting recommendations or asking, what do you look for in Kill Squad Hogs, and what do you think about, this base or that base, whatever. So, yeah, I hope this video, goes around and helps some people, and share my 2 cents. If you guys, have any questions, you can always line me at Dalton D3T. I'm in like the 3-star chat and everything, so I'm not too hard to get a hold of. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and help, and I really hope that it helps you guys. And send me some triples of you guys using this. I'd love to see them. Yeah, thanks everyone.